Hey sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Nanyacim. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification so you get notified each time I upload, and please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all, and I want to say a very big thank you to every one of you for always coming back to watch my videos and subscribing. You all are the very best. So today we'll be talking about Florida Republican pitches bill to cancel the Democratic Party in the state. Why? Because they previously advocated for slavery, which is the Democratic Party did more than 150 years. So they advocated for slavery and they did it for more than 150 years, right? Stay glued. This is actually going to take us back to the slavery and the things that happened among the parties. Stay glued to the screen. Do not go anywhere. Let me roll the clip so we all can learn and come back to talk about it. And you know what? Let me know what you all think about this in the comment section. And
watch this video and I'll be right back.
A Republican in Florida's state legislature has filed a bill that, if enacted, would eliminate the Florida Democratic Party. No, I'm serious. The Ultimate Cancel Act, and that is the bill's real name, would cancel the filings of any party that previously advocated for slavery, which the Democratic Party did more than 150 years ago. It's a performative move, toxic and deceptive, but it also serves as an educational opportunity to examine the fascinating story of our two major political parties. Now, usually I don't do this because Black History Month is over, but want to hear it? Here it goes. Back in the day, we're talking way back, the mid-19th century, to be exact, the Republicans were indeed the anti-slavery party. It was the Democrats of the South who wanted to preserve slavery and who opposed Republican Reconstruction legislation. It may sound a little disorienting, but basically the Republicans were the liberals, while Democrats were the staunch conservatives who wanted to remain slaveholders forever. As you can imagine, once the Civil War was over and the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments gave Black men the right to vote, at least on paper, Black voters preferred and, importantly, voted essentially unanimously for the Republican Party. But over time, the parties flipped ideologies. They literally switched brands. The shift happened for many different reasons and took decades to complete. But in very simplistic terms, the Democrats, who, remember, were the conservatives, began to defect over their party's increasingly pro-civil rights platform. The shift was gradual, but punctuated by 20th century Democratic presidents. Franklin D. Roosevelt, who dramatically transformed the Democratic Party by launching the New Deal after the Great Depression. His successor, Harry Truman, who pushed to desegregate the military after World War II. John F. Kennedy, who shifted on civil rights after a series of violent attempts to integrate Southern universities. And Lyndon Baines Johnson, who signed the Civil Rights and Voting Rights Acts, breaking the party's ties with Southern conservatism, the breakaway Dixiecrats, and white supremacy. By the time Ronald Reagan became president in 1980, conservatism was the prevailing ideology of the Republican Party, meaning modern-day Republicans are nowhere near what they were 150 years ago, or even 50 years ago. But even with all this history in mind, there is another thing. Do not let today's Republicans trick you into thinking the pre-20th century Republican Party was free of racism. Remember, it was the Republicans back in the old days who were anti-slavery. So following emancipation, the party consisted of both white and Black Americans. They literally called themselves the Black and Tans. But as the 1800s ended, some of those white Republicans weren't too happy about the gains made by their Black counterparts and wanted to eliminate them. The Lily White movement emerged within the Republican Party as an organized effort to drive Black folks out of party leadership. At the same time, Black Americans were moving north in the Great Migration, and their votes were being courted by big city Democrats. This happened in the waning days of Reconstruction when it began, which means white racist republicanism predates the 1960s. Racism is a complicated religion, after all. The true story about our political parties, it is the stuff today's Republicans don't want you to learn. It's how they continue to lie and to gaslight and co-opt the abolitionist legacy of Abraham Lincoln. Which is why this bill in Florida to cancel the modern-day Democratic Party because Southern Democrats advocated for slavery during the Civil War is both dumb and anti-historical. It's also dangerous. If Florida Republicans had it their way with this bill, millions of Democratic voters would be notified that their party no longer exists. It would automatically change their voter registration to no party affiliation. Essentially, it's the legislative version of DeSantis's election police, disenfranchising mainly voters of color who would no longer be able to vote in the state's closed primaries. Even worse, this isn't the only message bill Republicans are cooking up to excite their base and own the libs. Florida is moving to expand the Don't Say Gay law, this time waging a war against pronouns.
So essentially, that would mean the Republicans were the libs. Interesting. I already knew that, but I love the fact that they took something like what that douchebag in Florida is trying to do to Democratic voters and made it a teachable moment. Oh, Republicans, y'all were the libs. But I digress. These people are fucking crazy. They're trying to take our vote. Like, seriously, in your face, we want your vote. Don't vote, motherfucker. That's what they're doing. Like, this is insanity. Like, all I can do is laugh, because if I don't laugh, I'm gonna either be angry or I'm gonna start fucking crying. Yeah, but our vote don't matter, right, y'all? All those people talking about votes don't matter. If our votes don't matter, why the fuck they keep doing dumb shit like this? Pay attention and stay woke.
Yeah, actually, really, it's time to pay attention. It's time to be very, very much woke, because really, I am going to say that this is very, very scary. Like, it's sad, but a lot of schools aren't even teaching, obviously. And I am grateful that I actually learned something from this. And our school don't teach anything that doesn't, like, make US look good. It has always been like something that will make them look great, something that will make them look amazing. And the real truth is not coming out. And the fact that they are, like, trying so hard to unwork a lot of people, I mean, to unwork Black community, but they didn't read their own history. I mean, they did not also read the history they also wrote. And yeah, to think of it, you all know that Florida did not like CRT, right? They don't want to teach it. They do not want anybody to know about CRT. But guess what? They always use CRT when anytime it is convenient for them. And the truth is that this is very, very scary. And the Lord technically be teaching CRT then, because that is what it is. And I just do not get it. And I personally think that they have really lost their mind. And the whole thing, the way the whole thing is going, it's like, it's kind of crazy. And not to mention that Florida is like a closed primary state, like, and you register as no party affiliates you. You can't vote in the primaries. I mean, the whole thing is just, I just do not understand it, and how people don't know all. I don't know, but a lot of people do not know this, and that even makes it more scary. Do you understand? And you know what? If you know about this, if you know a lot about this, why not? Let us know and let me know in the comment section. I definitely want to read about it and also learn from you. And I absolutely enjoy this, because this is very, like, enlightening, and everything about it. I don't know, but I feel like it's really a very good thing that a lot of people should also know, because I feel like a lot of people do not know. I am going to say that this is really, really the real American history, and I feel like only few people knew about this, and I really appreciate the sharing. And the truth is that I learned a whole lot on TikTok, and yeah, so I love true history. Like, I am sure everybody do love true history, but so bad they won't, like, be teaching all this in schools anymore. And the ones they try to teach is kind of being whitewashed and all that. And I hope you all know that the first place children learn is their home, right? So for those, like, for the people that live in a state where they don't teach history, I think the best thing to do is make sure that your children, you learn history and teach your own children. Because if you do not teach them, the outside world will teach them, all right? Not even in a good way, in a very bad way. So this is just where I am gonna call it a day. Let me know what you all think in the comment section, and I appreciate all your support. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.